Hey there, Brady here with your daily tennis lesson. So we're looking at success at the net this week at DTL, and today specifically, we're going to look at the approach shot. I think you'd all agree out there, I don't care how good your volleys are, you might have an insane overhead. If you don't hit a great approach shot nowadays going into the net, you're going to get passed. You're going to really have a struggle up there even if your feel is great. So the approach shot is that vehicle to get me in to show off my skill at the net. So let's look at a few things regarding, the approach shot that we need to do well to be able to have the confidence to get into the net. All right, so shot selection wise, we've basically got four options. We would have a high forehand, low forehand, high backhand, low backhand. If you look at the pro game, running through those four shots, you're seeing a majority of approach shots hit with heavy topspin. These players are just ripping the approach shot, again, because they want that heavy ball to follow in, to lighten up the load of what they have to do at the net. The low backhand, if I had a little caveat there, the low backhand might be the one time I start to show a little bit of slice. But even there, that's maybe 50-50. I'm a lot of times, even with that low backhand, trying to rip heavy topspin. So I want all of you out there making sure that whichever one of those four balls you're looking at as your approach shot, we're not out there to chip them. We're not out there to just get the ball over. We want to be hitting a really heavy shot to make life easier as we get closer to the net, okay? Second thing, direction, all right? And this is a really key thing with your approach shot, because from the baseline, I think we'd all agree, a nice, heavy, cross-court ball from the baseline is a shot I'm looking to execute a lot, forehand and backhand. The approach shot now, that's not a bad option, but that's not the ball at today's kind of speed and level of tennis that I want to be hitting to get in. So I'm looking at either approaching down the line. I think it's always a really good play to hit down the line, get in behind that ball, or hit an angle. All right, and the angle is different than the cross-court ball. That's the big difference I want you to see is, when I hit an angle on my approach, I'm really taking Mark, and obviously that would have been a winner, but I'm taking him so wide that his look of a passing shot is much more defensive, where just that standard cross-court ball, whether it was forehand or backhand, he's staying inside the singles lines. His look at the passing shot is going to be a lot simpler. So I really want the idea on direction for the approach to be down the line or angle. Stay away from just that cookie cutter cross-court ball. And third, we're going to jump into analytics. I myself, and I think if you look at the stats for most pros out there, are trying to attack the backhand of the opponent, in this case, Mark being a righty. We're trying to attack the backhand probably 80% of the time that we hit approach shots. So with my forehand, whether that's high or low, I'm trying to rip a heavy topspin ball down the line and follow that shot in. And with my backhand, again, this would be the one time, of course I still would want the angle, but hitting my cross-court backhand as an approach into Mark's backhand, we just want to prey on the side that people generally use more as kind of their shield shot, where the forehand tends to be that sword, it tends to be that damage maker. So it makes life a lot easier to go into the side where we're not going to see as heavy of a ball come back, we're not going to see as much pace, and therefore that's going to make that first and second volley option a lot easier. Okay, so let's do it this way, Mark. I don't really know what you're going to feed, but give me a high or low ball. I'm going to decide just kind of on the fly what feels best, but between you and me, there's a very good chance whatever he gives me, I'm going to approach heavy into the backhand. Let's have a look. All right, So you can see, I mean, that's just a standard high forehand approach. Down the line, feels kind of simple to me. It serves that purpose of getting into his backhand, and you could see if I had Mark engaging in that point, I think we have him in a defensive spot. All right, let's go one more, Mark, see what I get here. All right, and another one there where, all right, kind of low ball. Really easy for a lot of players to just think, oh, I'm just going to chip that shot. Commit to that heaviness. You can see Mark would have made a play on that. It's not our purpose right now to play out that point. But just to see that a low kind of angling heavy backhand as my approach shot is going to put Mark in a lot more trouble than if I get up to that ball and just think, oh, because it's low, I better play it safe and chip it. So stay aggressive with the heavy topspin, regardless of the height of the ball on either wing. Start looking at down the line and specifically angle, not just cross court with your direction, and then really work on starting to attack the opponent's backhand. I think you'll just be enlightened to how much easier those first volleys are compared to going into that forehand side, okay? And that's all I got for you today. Hope that was super helpful. Please click like below this video. And if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please do so, as well as check down below me in the description of this video. You'll find the link to 3 free courses Mark and I have put together. I think you'll find those really helpful as well. All right, so until next time, be well. We'll see you soon at Daily Tennis Lessons.